Hello everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you something a little bit different. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to install Windows Whistler build 2428. This is a beta 2 build of Windows XP, and it was the first to introduce the Luna theme, and albeit slightly an altered version, like the start button's a bit more glossy than the final version. And also, this is a first version to ditch the watercolor theme, which I wish they could have made that a final theme, but they didn't. And also, this is the first version with working Windows Genuine Advantage, as I believe the previous build I actually have it installed. I'm not going to show it to you, but it is build 2419. I think that one's also a beta 2 build, but that one didn't have a working Windows activation. It was just click, click, done, and it never. And if you open the program again, then it would say again that you were running an unactivated copy of Windows and to activate. So it made no difference if you ran it or not. This one actually works. However, you can bypass it by using a command prompt command when booting it up into safe mode. So I have everything loaded up. Now, unlike OEM, or not OEM, RTM Windows XP, you have to go in and set the date. You have to boot into the system BIOS. And it says system date 04/06/2020. Now I have a page opened up over here, and it says it was compiled January 29th, 2001. So we're going to change the date to 1/29/2001. Notice how in here it says Windows Whistler setup instead of like Windows setup or Windows XP professional setup or Windows 2000 setup or something like that. And down below it says setup is starting Windows Whistler. In most versions it just said setup is starting Windows. And now here's another thing that you only ever see in beta versions of Windows. It has a setup notification. It says setup program has detected that you are about to install an evaluation version of the Microsoft Windows Whistler operating system, which contains a time-limited expiration for evaluation purposes only. To continue, press enter. To continue setup without installing Windows Whistler, or to quit setup without installing Windows Whistler, press F3. We're going to hit enter, and here it says this portion of the setup program prepares Microsoft Windows Whistler to run on your computer. To set up Windows Whistler now, press enter. To repair a Windows Whistler installation using Recovery Console, press R. And to quit setup without installing Windows Whistler, press F3. We're going to hit enter. And here's all this stuff that no one ever reads. And F8. Now we're going to format the disk using the NTFS file system quick. And this shouldn't take long since it's in a virtual machine. Yeah, it's going pretty fast. Yeah, already done with that. Now it's examining the disks. And now it's copying files to the Windows installation folders. Now it says, please wait while setup initializes your Windows Whistler installation. And now we're going to hit enter to reboot the computer. Oh, and another mention I didn't think to say anything about. This was the first version of Windows to show the Windows XP style flag, as you can see right here. Yeah, it's a beta 2 release, but all previous versions of Whistler use the old Windows 9X NT 2000 flag. And it still shows up in some areas, like if you look up at the corner of the setup, it still shows the old classic Windows flag. And now we are doing some more setup and whatnot. And here's another area where it shows the classic Windows logo. And so it kind of has a Windows 2000 style setup, except with the nice user interface in the background. So it's kind of a blend of 2000 and XP. We're going to click next, and we're going to type in name and organization. And oh, right. There we go. And now the product key, I'm going to leave that down in the description for you. And I'm going to type that in myself. And now here is where you can type in your computer name and your administrator password. We'll name the computer Whistler dash 428. And we're gonna type in the password that I use. Oh, duh. There we go. Now here it says date and time settings, Monday, January 29th, 2001. Now that's not right because we have changed the time of the BIOS. If we set it to today's date, the time bomb will go off, and then we won't be able to boot into this version of Windows. We're gonna hit next. And now we're gonna continue. Oh, never mind. Well, we are gonna continue setup, but I guess I won't cut the video there. Okay. Choose wherever to use typical or custom settings. I would just use typical, and that's fine. And now, if another window doesn't pop up, I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'll come back once we're at the next portion of setup, or there's something interesting like a blue screen or whatever. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Well, here's an error message. It says one or more minor errors have occurred installing Windows Whistler. The errors will not prevent Windows Whistler from running after Windows Whistler starts. You can check the setup log file setup err.log for more information. Would you like to view the log now? I'm assuming the developers just didn't sign some components. This is a common error in a lot of the Windows Whistler builds. So we're just going to close that and restart the computer. And now here it says, do you want Windows to automatically correct your screen resolution and color depth settings? Make it a little bigger. That's probably like 1024 by 768 or something. But it's better than 640 by 480. And there's that nice little graphic. There's usually some like sound playing, but I don't hear it. I don't know if you guys hear it or not. I'll probably find out once I'm editing this video. Now, I like how it had that nice graphic at the beginning. And there was something I liked about the Whistler setup. I believe in XP, it just had a little circle with a question mark on it. I like here that it has Merlin. So they were trying to scrap something out of their horrible Windows assistants. The Windows assistant, like, or Office assistant. from like I believe it was like Office 97 to 97 to XP, I think. No, 2003. Oh, and here's another little graphic. So if you're not using the mouse for a little while, it'll show this to teach you how to use the mouse. But I know how to use it. So we're gonna hit next. And now it says, will this computer connect to the internet directly or through a network? And this ready to activate Windows, like I said, this is the first one. It actually works. We're not gonna, we can't do it. I don't think we can. Will you be sharing this computer with other users? Sure, since this was a new feature in Windows XP. My name. Merlin. There, I think that's enough. And hit next. And there we go, finish. Okay, so here's another thing. Here's all the users. We got Merlin, Nathan, Techmaster 2020, and Guest enabled by default. I like the the login screen of Whistler better than the final version in XP. The welcome thing just slides in, and I like having the logo up top. So we're gonna log into me. And I still didn't hear any sounds. There's probably no sound driver, so and these sounds, the XP sounds, have not been implemented in Whistler yet. So at this time, it still uses the 2000 and Windows Me sounds. Now, it pops up with the, well, XP does this too, but it'll pop up with the start menu by default, and as you can see, the start button has a bit more of a gloss to it. And also the taskbar is unlocked, so we're gonna lock that taskbar. And I have a driver pack, and I'm gonna install sound and display. I'll come back once I get all that stuff set up. Okay, so this is interesting. I just changed the resolution and I get this. Apparently Windows is still running because yeah, I can still select things, and well, for a little while I saw the start button go up and down. I guess we're probably just gonna have to restart the virtual machine. Well, and apparently restarting actually worked for once. So let's see, we're gonna select the Nathan account. I still hear no sounds. You might be hearing them, I don't know, I can't hear them. But I checked the device manager, I'll show you that now. And under sound, video, and game controllers, I have sound drivers installed for Creative, Audio, PCI, and all that. So yep, this is Microsoft codename Whistler, version 5.1, build 2428, copyright 1981-2001 Microsoft Corp, evaluation copy, expires that's July 28, 2001 at 1:08 p.m. And yeah, so oh, and I know some of you might be asking why Bliss isn't the default wallpaper. they didn't really want to reveal their final wallpaper, final default wallpaper, but it is still in Windows, as I'll show you that right now. Yeah, it's still here, and there's even still the, well, they call it the Windows 2001. Come on. There we go. They call this the Windows 2001, even though this one was not even in 2000. This one was in Windows Me. We're not going to change the wallpaper anymore. We're going to go back to the Red Moon Desert wallpaper. So yeah, this is Windows Whistler Professional build 2428. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more content from me, definitely consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. In the meantime, take care and stay awesome. I'll talk to you later. Bye.